welcome to my channel, libertylane.tv, where I give you the new moon and full moon monthly guidance on the energies in the sky. So we talk a bit about the astrology and also, of course, with the cards which is now currently laid out. And this first segment is the overall energy that I'll be reading for everybody, and it is a message from Spirit. So just to give you a quick heads up, basically it is the new moon in Taurus, and it's hitting about 10 degrees, a few minutes, both. And the new moon is when the sun and the moon are conjunct, which means basically next to each other. So that's when we have a new moon. Now, what's also amazing about, or what's interesting about this new moon, and obviously it's going to have some punch and impact, is we've got a partial solar eclipse, and that happens when it hits the nodes, which is what the nodal current line is, which is in Taurus, and the south node obviously in the opposite sign of Scorpio. So anybody with north node Taurus, you might find that actually there's going to be a massive shift for you as well at this time, or this particular 18 months, that you could be experiencing some significant changes in your life. And with Uranus also conjunct in Taurus, okay, with the new moon, and the sun in Taurus, that is going to have a massive impact. And I feel that for many, and for some of you already, you could be significantly noticing a shift or things coming out of the blue. Okay, now I think in the last reading, which was the full moon in Libra reading, there was definitely, I recall, some unexpected path, a new path happening, or some unexpected shift happening as well. And of course, as I always say each month, the new moon's energy does sort of go over to the new moon as well, to the next full moon. And as with this new moon, okay, the currents and the tides of change, and they may be instant in some cases, but generally it is a ripple on effect. So a lot of people also, whatever new moon intentions you put out in October into 2021, you might find that some of the things are now manifesting, and you might have forgotten what you could have asked or intentionalized. So as with any new moon as well, I really recommend that you do put some new intentions, because this is very much about new beginnings. And although Aries, I find, is generally the house or the sign that talks about new beginnings, with this partial solar eclipse, I really feel that there's going to be a sudden shift, and certainly unexpected opportunities or unexpected news. It could also be unexpected, possibly discomfort, just to make a shift so we can be course corrected, and that's going to apply to everybody. You'll also find that everyone's got Taurus in a different house, so you might want to check what house your Taurus falls in as well, so you can actually get much more of a clearer and a theme based energy reading. Okay, so if it's going to be in the 3rd house, it's to do with your siblings or where you live in your neighborhood. If it's in the 11th house, it's going to do with your friendships and maybe your larger community. If it's in your 10th house, you might find you get some news to do with your career or your vocation. If it's in your 6th house, perhaps it's to do with your day-to-day structure, how you actually show up at work, or how you actually show up, and what it is that you exactly want to do. So these are sort of the examples. Obviously, there's the 8th house, the 1st house, and various other houses. For the 2nd house, again, if some people have got Taurus in the 2nd house, you might find it's very much to do with about how you're earning your income as well. And there will be obviously themes that overlap, but the main dominant theme for where your Taurus will fall in which house will have a major significance read to your Taurus. Okay, now the other thing obviously is you've got certain planets already in Taurus in your natal chart that will also have a bearing, and that could also, with the eclipse, have a significant person or player with that energy, with the archetypal energy, really affecting your current sort of change. Okay, so I do feel change definitely is the main theme for this Taurus new moon. Okay, I don't want to spend too much doing any more astrology. I went at greater length last month, and I want to keep it sort of quite brief this time. We do have Venus and Jupiter both in Pisces, as with Mars. So again, that is quite an incredible placing. And I believe the new moon and the full moon, the moon, sorry, and the sun is actually sextile. So it's basically aligned in a way that's actually very harmonious as well to the Jupiter aspect, as well as the Venus. Now, Taurus also is ruled by Venus. So this is also about all the things that we love doing, all the things that we make choices, our values as well. So this particular new moon is a really good new moon to really start thinking, if not already, and I have a feeling that quite a few, including myself, has been very much aware of really wanting to intentionalize and certainly bring that energy into, you know, the consciousness of how you're showing up and what can you do to actually really increase a sense of fulfillment and a sense of light and heart in your life. Okay, so I've got a few cards laid down, and there's a picture probably up on the screen now, which I'm going to put up, which will give you, and you can pause to choose which direction. Okay, so those have been following me for the last full moons and the new moon readings. I have the north direction, the east, the spirit of the south, and the spirit of the west. And I use the medicine wheel. Okay, I quite like this format, partly because the life cycle, we're actually in a cycle, as with astrology, it's all to do with cycles. Okay, and some cycles are longer, and some cycles are seasonal, and some cycles are elemental. So choose which direction you'd like to, you know, sort of think about. So this is your spirit of the north. This is the spirit of the east. Okay, and before I forget, the north is the earth element as well. So you can also choose which direction you want to go based on your sign, based on your rising sign, based on your moon sign as well. So if you've got any earth element, you might want to choose that for the reading. And this is for the air sign, which is also the spirit of the east. Okay, so you can get a double layered reading. So say I might choose the spirit of the south because I'm being sort of intuitively directed to that stack for the reading, but I'm an air sign, being an Aquarian, and I will also probably want to listen to the spirit of the east as well. So that's how these readings are made. Okay, there will be time stamped as well, so you can just jump in straight into your segment of the reading that you might like to listen to. Anyway, finally here, this is the spirit of the west. Okay, so hopefully there's the split screen or the full screen with the layout of the cards. Now, the overall theme I really feel is about moving forward. Okay, I feel that I've been meditating on this. I've been doing this since this morning. And I have also selected some rooms that has really totally guided that with there is some movement forward. And I'm getting the feeling with some people I've been also speaking to around at this time that it is very much about really getting clear, creating some boundaries, creating the truth as to where you want and how far you want to go in life, where you want to move to. All these themes, particularly Taurus is very much about structure and about your kind of your base. You know, it's an earth sign. So I will be starting also the reading from this direction, which is the spirit of the north. But what's important here is you allow your soul to guide you. This is for everybody, by the way, so we're still here in the general reading, for the soul to be guided and for your truth to be the protection. Now, we had that card last for the full moon in Libra reading from the Jamie Sam's deck, which was Truth as Protection. One of the directions definitely got that. And that is a really good guidance system for you to really be very clear within yourself as to what is your truth. You know, possibly you might be getting an offer, might be a new contract coming, or maybe it's to do with how you eat or how you're actually living, and you've got to now really start honoring yourself. So maybe you're in a couple situation and now you're making decisions based on maybe being more honest about how you want things to be, maybe what you want to eat, or even where you want to live, and maybe seeing that maybe living together is no longer suitable, but you still love each other very much, and maybe you'll still be able to maintain the relationship, but actually honor the truth of yourselves and have a discussion about that and maybe live in separate places. That kind of thing is what I'm talking about, because the soul is really calling us to really take charge of ourselves from the inside out. Okay, now as always, I always have the chakra board here, so I will be putting some chakra cards to see which chakra will be the most conducive chakra to support each element for this new moon. Okay, now I got two cards from the Soul's Journey card. Now I've not used this deck for a while. This is the Soul Journey by James Van Praagh for a long time, partly because I've actually had them reserved for some work I was doing, but I've decided to reintroduce them into the readings, partly because I really strongly feel that we are going through a major soul shift. We are shifting into the Aquarius age, and all this stuff that's been building up and really happening to all of us is partly because, I mean, to do with the COVID thing, of course, and everything that's going on currently. There's been a lot of shedding of the old. People have been losing people, members of families, members of loved ones, or there's been some kind of shedding. We're having to let go of things. And what was really amazing is the card that came out actually was the death card as well. So I feel that this is absolutely apt for the overall reading. Okay. Now, this death card for me as well is not so much about, I mean, in some cases, it will be a loss, actually a physical loss as well. It could be a loss of maybe something you've had for a long time. It could be a human being. It could be your loved one. It could be some family member as well. But I also feel like it could be also some decisions you'll be making that needs to happen, where there will be sort of a feeling of an ending. It could be like an ending of a chapter rather than a book. Okay. And all endings are it says here, all endings are merely new beginnings or beginnings. And in fact, I was having a quick telephone conversation with a friend, a really good friend of mine today earlier. And as we were speaking about the changes that were happening as well, that I felt that I got an image of, it's not so much something dying altogether, it was actually sort of transforming. So it's more about like the seed going into a shoot and then sort of sprouting out, and then that sprouting out becomes a bud, and then that bud dies, if you like, or transforms and into a flower. Again, of course, once the flower just blooms and then it's sort of blossomed, as we've all seen now beautifully at this time of the year, eventually they will disintegrate. The flowers, now that all the blossoms are off the trees, they've fallen off. So there's a natural cycle of new and endings, new and endings. And I feel that I feel there's a real strong energy of that movement of letting things go and letting things happen. Okay, now the other card that kind of came out with this one is the card of purpose from the soul's journey. And I feel that that is a very significant theme for many of us, particularly with the Taurus theme of value, what gives you structure, what is steady for you. Okay, and then it is something that needs to be grounded, okay, in the truth of the things, which is also very root chakra here. But I feel like it's a time now when it says, I know what I'm here to do. So I feel like it's a really good thing for, again, if you need to check in moment to moment, do check to sort of see where your intention is, what your ideals are and what your goals are, for you to actually start really deciding what decisions you need to make X happen. Now, it doesn't have to be a major thing. It could be just taking it to the next month, okay? Maybe you want to increase your income by a certain amount of money. So what is it that you need to do? You maybe sell off some things, which is also a form of letting go, in order for the new to come in. You might actually decide that you've got some sideline, an avenue of sideline gigs, so to speak, or you might have had a project that you want to put on. Maybe you might not earn much of an income to start with, but it could down in the long term. So really start thinking what that purpose is. And that with that purpose, it's really important that it gives you joy. All right. And it also gives you a sense of lightness. That is really, really key. Okay. I feel that that is something that you use as your guiding light. Okay. So rather than getting overhead, think about it, really feel. Okay. Taurus also is to do with material wealth as well. Safety, security, it's very stable, but it's very important that you have the lightness in your heart as you do the work. So whatever choices you're making, it feels good rather than drudgery. Very, very important. And, all work can be sometimes very, steady or dull. Cleaning we might view cleaning as being that, but actually when you put the light into it, when you put your heart into it, you can actually really lift the level of the vibration of the work you do. So I think it's also communicating to us now that we have the opportunity to really bring these ideas into our workspace and into our home life and into our partnerships, where things might have been very ordinary can be made extraordinary, depending on your focus. Okay, so really raising the vibration up as well, so you can actually really experience the joy. So I'm just going to move on very quickly. I have also decided to bring Rebecca Campbell's deck. I've had this for quite a while, but I've not really used it for any of the readings for I don't know how long. I might have even used it once, many moons ago, so to speak. But 4 fell out, so I'm going to take all 4. Okay. So the first card here I've got is Dance with Life. So this is to do something to change your energy. Okay. So some of you might need to do some dancing, movement work, going for a run, again, going out in nature. But I think I like the idea of the movement and dancing, because that will also really help to shift the energy. Okay. And it really helps to shake things up. And we don't realize so much how much stale energy, stagnant energy energy we can be also holding on to around our bodies. So I think this is really important that it's metaphorical in this, it's dance with life, so just, you know, move with it as well. So again, particularly with this partial solar eclipse, anything can happen. You might get offered a job opportunity completely out the blue, or you might be going up one direction and you decide suddenly you're having to pivot. Okay, whatever it is for you, it is to dance with it. And the best way sometimes to dance with life is to actually do some physical movement work. So I suggest that that is one of the overall message for everybody. Here, I've got another one as well. Align your life. So again, who is not aligned or needs to change? So that I think is very fitting as well. Like I said, you know, things need to be let go. If anything's broken in your life, things are not fitting in. If there's certain people that no longer fit, that you really recognize that their tune, their energy, maybe the way they speak to you, maybe the way they show up really is not aligned to who you are and what you value, then really it is a time to, you know, out they go, so to speak. Okay, so whatever is not aligned, and it could be your work, maybe food, a method of eating. Okay, something needs to change. And I really do, like I said earlier, right off the bat, change is the theme. Okay, new beginnings. Right, now here we've got another card here called Rama, which says, what are you being called to journey to? So again, this is what you're moving towards. For some of you, it'd be a calling. So for some of you, it's more of a vocation. For some of you, it's actually aligning your truth into more of a career. But whatever it is, where are you being called to journey to? Okay, this is, I think, really important as well. And I think some of you might not able to sort of, you know that there's something out there. You don't know quite how to reach it yet, but just trust the kind of the flow of energy as it happens day by day, or in a cyclical way. All right, it might be something you're already clear about. There's some inspiration, but you don't see all the pieces yet. You haven't got all the sort of, you know, the building blocks, if you like, to be able to put it together. But you have got the ideas, and it's a case of you now structuring it to bring it together. But do go towards what is being called. Okay, and finally, the overall message here is, I think, a very, very apt one as well. It says, inner temple devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. Okay, and I think that is very important as well, because in order to bring light and joy into your life as well, we need to really do the work from the heart. So it's about tuning into the heart. And it could be something as simple as doing that chakra sound for the heart chakra, tuning into some YouTube video to do with the heart as well, the heart chakra, or just sitting there and actually even imagine, you know, we have the color green here, but also the heart chakra often is pink. As you can see from this card, it's very pink here. It's a card of compassion, color of forgiveness. And you can even just imagine just that kind of glow of light in the heart space and this reaching it out. And I think this also is very poignant with the devastation that's going over at the moment and has been in Ukraine, and all the people suffering as well. And we have the en masse to be able to be the heroine and the hero of not only of our lives, but actually for the bigger world as well. This is now time for us to step out beyond ourselves and really bring some love and some really big kind of light into the space. But we can only start doing it when we start healing our own hearts, as well as, you know, bringing that through. Interesting, because I was saying that one of the cards as well, there was another one that wanted to fall out of the soul's journey card, was actually forgiveness. And there could be some forgiveness that maybe needs to happen. If somebody, if you've experienced some sense of loss, maybe for the time that you've not been able to spend time with that person, or maybe there's been some forgiveness from some inner child, some sort of the way you were treated as a young child. There is maybe some forgiveness you've been doing, maybe some forgiveness that needs to happen. But in order for us to move into a space of love again, of compassion, and certainly elevate our energy, we do need to tune into that portal of heart. So this is very much advised. Okay, so here we've got tuning into your portal of your heart as well. And we've got, you know, we're being called to the journey. So where, and by tuning into your heart as well, we can really start seeing where we need to go, what is guiding us. There's also that guiding light there in that water there. It's so important. And I also, before, prior to that, I think also once we get rid of the debris, all that sort of breakages, the people who are not aligned to us, who people disrespect us time and time again, people are unable to even stay steady on their feet and maybe a bit shaky, they need to go out. Okay, and for self-care as well, I really recommend some dance as well for yourself, dancing in life. So these were the cards that came out for the general reading for this Taurus energy new moon. I'm going to leave it here. So if you will now want to choose the direction that you want to look at, I'm going to try and keep these the elemental readings and the direction, the spirit of the direction readings brief if I can. I know tend to sort of get quite communicative and carried away with the messages that need to come through, but it is how it comes through and the message I like to sort of obviously offer when it happens. So again, I don't have a timer here. I just allow, the flow of the message to come through. So like I said, we are going to start with the spirit of the north direction, which is the earth element. So if anybody wants to choose that, this is going to be on next, and then I'll be going round the wheel after that. All right, I'll catch you there. Thanks for listening for this part. Thanks. Bye. Okay, so I'm back here to do the spirit of the north direction, and also all the earth signs, okay, which is Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. Okay, so if you've got any of these elements in any of your moon, rising, and the usual, whatever it is that you want to hear your element of earth, okay, this is the stat for you and anybody who might have chosen the spirit of the north. So I'm going to start with a new moon oracle for the this direction. Okay, and this is also what is going to sort of now coming up for you. So let's have a look. This could be related to your past, all right, or something that you're aware of that you need to look at. So we're going to have a look. Okay, so the first thing that's coming up, I think some of you could be sensing a sense of gratitude, or perhaps not feeling a sense of gratitude. So maybe you're feeling a bit hard done by, and you need to really actually start incorporating some gratitude. Okay, this is actually also a really lovely energy to come into the new moon, because as we are actually letting go, or we're going to be starting anew, perhaps giving some gratitude to what has already happened, what is happening, maybe what you've had, maybe being aware that it's been a lot of letting go that you've had to do, and this is a real opportunity for you to really give thanks to maybe people as well vocally, and to maybe step out of your comfort zone to do that, to actually say thank you to whoever, or maybe even kindly out to your neighborhood, people in your neighborhood, or in a shop, or people you also just have around you in your life that maybe you have not been expressing that. Okay, sometimes it's really easy to sort of forget the important the people around us, and we take them for granted. Okay, so this is what maybe you're aware of as well, that you want to do that. Okay, now I've also got the Moonology deck here, okay, by Yasmin Boland's the deck, and did I tell you who this was? This was my favorite, the Queen of Oracle deck by Stacey DeMarco. Okay, but I'm just going to mix it up to this. We're going to have 3 different decks, and I may sort of give you multiple layers. So coming into the new moon for the earth people, really think about what you could be thanking, and maybe what you'd be really thanking the universe for as well. So putting your intention out there, and what would you be your dream life? What would really enhance, and if you were to go out in the night, what would you ask for? Okay, now what's also nice is this new moon is definitely going to be giving you some energy to start gaining some momentum. Okay, so your intention really, and what would be most helpful for you, is to actually have the idea, and you might have been noticing as well, when perhaps in the practice of gratitude, that there's something that's going to start gaining momentum. You might have already planned this, okay, or maybe applied for jobs. Perhaps you've been, I don't know, maybe been in a relationship, and now it's getting up to that next level as well. But whatever it is for you, okay, that there is, know that this new moon and beyond this new moon, there is going to be some new energy. Okay, I feel like some things are going to be revealed to you as well that you didn't see before as well. So this is for the earth people, or the spirit of the north, and maybe also that maybe what you weren't able to see, that you can see now, and maybe it could have been a missed opportunity or some delay, and that's happened for you rather than happening to you. Okay, and you're feeling really grateful, or you'll get that sense of gratitude. Okay, I'm going to use this camera as well. I tend to have 2 cameras, and I'll see how this continues. So we've got this sort of sense of gaining momentum, but I do definitely feel for yourselves as well, Okay, now I've also at the bottom of the deck, which I've decided to look at, is nothing is yet set in stone again. So some of you, like I said, it's not, some things are not fully revealed yet. Okay, just know that nothing is set in stone. So keep your options open. Okay, now with intentions as well, you're not limited to one. You know, different people say different things. The energy of the full new moon tends to be about 48 hours. And it's a good time to kind of retreat as well if you can, if you're not really working, or you're able to take time out or get quiet or go for walks. Do take a notebook out and maybe just get into your heart, sink into your heart, and just really tune in to what it is that's really important for you, so you can really send that intention out there. So particularly if you're not actually living that kind of ideal scenario life, or having an ideal partner, or perhaps you're struggling in your relationship and you want to improve on it, or perhaps there's some miscommunication and you would also like to sort of find that there's some resolution, whatever it is. Okay, but just know nothing is set in stone, so nothing is actually concrete yet. So nothing is, you might be actually fearing something and thinking negatively, and you maybe I advise you to get back into your heart, into that temple, like I said earlier on. Okay, and really kind of engage in raising your vibration, and just know that everything is working for you. All right, I'm also going to choose the last card for this, which is the outcome. I might choose 2 cards actually. Let's have a look. So I'm going to be choosing it from the Rebecca Campbell card. So beyond this full moon, there's too many cards here. What could the earth element people need to know? Okay, this could be very specific, or it could be an energy that you need to engage in. We'll sort of have a look. Okay, let's decide to come out. Wow. Okay, so you guys got the same card that was in the overall journey message as well. So this is what is being called to you. Okay, so you might, you know, this is sort of 2 cards here, not so much similar, but I feel like as the energy is gaining momentum, you're paying attention to what is gaining, what is becoming more clear to you. That is the energy that is going to be clear, making itself apparent. All right, where are you being called to journey to? Where that you need to go? Do you need to go abroad? Do you need to do be somewhere? Okay, do you need to put an application in that you've been, you know, considering but not actually sort of doing? You know, so actually this is really important, and just trust, okay, where you're leaning into. All right, if there's anything that you feel that that's not really working out for you, or you kind of feel like you're moving back from, just know that that's not where you need to be. Okay, again, don't try to get your head into it too much, in the sense that I'm thinking negatively is really what I'm thinking of, and just trust that whatever is being called of you is what needs to happen. Okay, so let's do a chakra pull. Let's see what chakra would be the most powerful, significant. Okay, this is to do with your solar plexus, all right, which is here. All right, so again, this is somewhere you might need to get your focus on, your discipline on as well, okay? And then maybe really sort of, you know, the guiding light from your center as well. You know, they do say that our gut, or our center, the hara, is actually where we also know the inner truth. This is where the inner wisdom comes. Although it might be intuitive, it is from here that we are leading our lives. So by tuning into the solar plexus, you can actually, this is the heart chakra, by the way, I didn't show it to you rather, in the solar plexus chakra. Okay, just imagine the color sun. Okay, this is also the guiding light, which is to do with the solar plexus. So it's got a very dynamic, positive energy. By even just cleansing, imagine a swirling right around your midriff, around your navel. You can also do the sound, okay, which is also to do with the sound all right, like I said, each week I said there are different techniques that you can really engage in, or you can just sit in contemplation and imagine, closing your eyes, and imagine the color yellow radiating out of your body, becoming stronger and stronger and stronger, and just really illuminating your whole body until your whole body is covered in it. Okay, but whatever you do, this is actually an excellent chakra for that focus, for that energy as well. If you're feeling a bit stagnant as well and you need to get a bit of fire in your belly, okay, that is the chakra to do. All right. And then you can also just affirm anything in the positive. I now have the energy to go in the direction I need to go, or I now trust the illuminated path that I can see before me, whatever it is. Okay. Like you see here as well, there's an illumination there. She's standing there on the edge and she's being guided. Okay. Keep your focus on that light. Okay. And you cannot go wrong. Okay. And sometimes you can even just close your eyes instead of getting into your head, get into your body and just imagine a light, a beam of light coming through to guide you towards what is right for you. Your soul knows, and what is not right for you. Okay. I don't want to say wrong because I don't think there's any wrong, but something maybe has come to a natural end. And perhaps maybe we're just holding on to some idea or ideal. And what's important is we just need to start really being honest and perhaps put 2 to 5 a list of what is really important for you at this time now, okay, because we're always changing. Maybe what we thought 6 months ago we wanted is not really what we want now, because there's been a massive shift and a continual shift, loads of solar flares, loads of downloads as well. So this is about really seeing clearly the direction that you are being called to. So my dear earth signs, let's have a look. Yeah. Also, I'm just pulled an angel card as well. I got here a card of flexibility. Again, stay flexible. It's a bit like they're not being cast in stone. Okay, so try not to be rigid with the way you need to go, where you feel that you have to go or not go. To stay flexible. Things can change on a dime at the moment. Okay, like I said, we have got the solar partial solar eclipse. You know, so things can really shift. You might think, oh, something is in the bag and something's not, or you might feel like you're going to go somewhere or something's happened. Something could be happening that is not actually definite. So whatever it has, be flexible and just trust. All right, just trust and flow. So I'm going to leave it here for the earth signs and the spirit of the north. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, and all the details for any bookings and any readings and my Ko-fi donation platform is all below there. And if you need a private reading from me, again, all the details are below. Lots of love and have a great new moon. And I will see you in the full moon, which I believe is going to be also an eclipse as well. And it's somewhere, I'm not quite sure the exact date actually, but I'll see you in the next full moon. All right, I'll end it here for the earth people. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Bye. Hi there. This now is for the spirit of the East peoples, whoever chose this card, or any air signs, any air element, and that's to do with Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. So if you've got any of the moons rising, your Venus or your North Node, and of course your sun, in the air sign, you might want to listen to this message for this Taurus full new moon. So without further ado, I am doing a 3-card spread. Okay, and there may be some extra cards just depending on what pops out, or if I look at the bottom of the deck. And we're starting with Stacey's DeMarco's cards. Okay, now I got 2 popped out for you guys. Okay, so this is something you are coming into this new moon with. Okay, and there are 2 factors here. One of it is, how can I create more abundance? What is abundance to me? Which is what this card tells me, or isn't letting me know. All right, so this is a card here for the air people. All right, and the other card, which I also love as a falling out, discernment. Okay, so these are really 2 beautiful cards to get together. Why do I say that? Because by discerning, by really trusting your inner light as well, she's got that ball of light on her sort of midriff. We talked about the solar plexus in the for the earth element people. They got the solar plexus as their main chakra to work on, but this could also refer to the air signs as well. Okay, this is where your power is, this is where our sun is, and this is being where our soul truth belongs in our core. All right, and the reason it's so important is I feel that a lot of us can't see our way forward yet. Okay, there's a block. Things are not, we haven't got enough clarity. That's the word I want to say. If you can actually see the image there as well. She's got the cloud there. Okay, and then you can see that she can't see her way through. Okay, it will eventually disperse. Okay, that cloud will move. We will get the clarity we need. But in the meantime, we'll say, while we're in the dark, despite the fact it is a bright full moon there in that image, I think also it is a really good time to start engaging with and really being clear on what abundance means for you. Okay, perhaps for some of you, having more abundant time to do your private projects, or maybe to be able to take some time out, is the form of abundance. Okay, for some of you, maybe moving into a place or an area or a home, or making that shift, physical shift, to do with Taurus as well, is what's going to create an abundant life. For some of you, maybe spending more time in nature. Okay, really, really important. That's what's going to give you the abundance. Okay, and I also feel, again, I think this card came for some of you last cycle, the moon cycle, which was a full moon. And I feel that this is also about, I feel like some of you need to really engage with other people to start feeling abundant. Okay, maybe being in community and being in service to maybe where you feel that you can really offer your services as well. Okay, and yeah, I just feel, I'm sort of hesitating there because I looked at the bottom of the deck here, and we've got this the card of the power full moon card as well. So this is very much about being really clear, seeing she's got a crown over her head. So for the air element, I really feel in the spirit of East, wait till you can see yourself forward, see your way clearly. Can't even speak clearly. I think you will get the inspiration and you'll know you'll be guided. Okay, so if you're actually uncertain which way to go, right, just make the question, what will give me the abundance that I need to really draw into my life? Okay, or what do I need to draw into my life to create the abundance? Okay, and making the changes. If it's maybe feeling better and healthier, so what do I need to make? How is that going to happen? Okay, abundance is not only about financial gain as well, it's about feeling the enrichment of our lives. It's through friendship, through the right people, okay, the right family, new tribes, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so I think what I'm saying is this is what you're going to be coming into the new moon to. It could be already actioning, all right, as well as something you are actually also very aware that you need to think about, or certainly consider. Okay, now I wouldn't even make a decision just yet as we approach into this new moon, because we've got the eclipse and anything can happen in the eclipse as well. So things, which was also quite reflective of the the earth energy, the spirit of the north. And let's have a look. Yeah, so yeah, this is what I'm saying. Adjustments are required. Okay, so there are things going to be happening. Like I said, you weren't able to see your way forward yet. Okay, so maintain flexibility. I think some things are going to be adjusted. You might be actually in negotiation with some people. You might need to maybe walking down a path, a particular route you started taking in terms of your work, or maybe thinking about, okay, I'm going to do this now, or maybe I'm going to earn some extra money doing this, and then you're going to have to adjust something. So there is going to be some adjustment, which is sort of what I was saying. Keep your power within yourself though, okay? As in, when I say that, you make sure that it's coming from a place of truth for you. All right, like I said at the intro, one of the important requirements for this new moon is truth as your protection. Very important that you keep that alignment truthfully. Okay, I've got the rune here, okay, which is to do with your truth, which is an overall, if you want to listen to that, you can go back to the intro and I briefly touch on the runes, although I didn't actually show the runes then, but I did mention them. Okay, so your truth as your protection, and whatever happens, if you're having to shift, okay, 1 minute you can see things clearly, and the next minute you can't see things clearly, just allow yourself to adjust. Don't get into your head about it. Don't panic. Just engage in your heart, in your truth. Make sure that you're clear and checking in with yourself on a regular basis. All right, so is there anything else I want to say? Yeah, again, so it says here, meditate and contemplate at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, just stay centered. See if you can just flow with things, okay? And then just really notice what is guiding you. All right, okay, and always, if you just get quiet and get some kind of stillness, you will find that by some contemplation, you will be guided. You will sense what is right for you. So this is a card, actually, which is to do with the meditation, and from the Moonology deck by Yasmin Boland. Right, you will know, but once you take that time and reflect as well, that you will be able to action things, forward. All right. So this final card to do with the new moon, kind of not so much the outcome, but what is the kind of the progress or the unfolding of the new moon for you, be the ever unfolding rose cracked open. It is happening for you, not you. So yes, maybe this this you know, this partial solar eclipse is going to happen. Something is going to really happen, you know, like the Uranus. And the reason it is because, of course, we've got the Uranus there, which is all about sudden changes, sudden something coming in. Okay. And you might have to adjust things. So just take it steady. If you're traveling, go slow. All right. If there's some nutters on the road, don't get aggravated by them. You stay steady. Okay. Because things are going to happen for you to, you know, you need to be clear, you need to be aware, you need to be open, you need to be prepared for the possible blossoming, okay? There could be an opportunity that you hadn't even thought of, or you hadn't even considered, or maybe you had applied to, or something like that, and you didn't think you'd get it, and suddenly this opportunity, while you can't see everything ahead of you, is actually going to open up something for you that maybe you hadn't seen coming, and will develop into something a lot more. And I say this because I'm looking at this rose, how beautifully it's opened up. Okay, so here we have this rose, you know, and she's kind of dancing back as well and leaning back, allowing it to happen to, you know, for her. Okay, and so, and the difference is, which it's funny because I used the very sentence just earlier on for the other segment, but it's happening for you and not to you. Sometimes we can get into the victim mode. Oh, why didn't I get that job? Or, oh my God, what happened there? And things do happen, you know, shit happens, you know, we become victims of, you know, theft, or, you know, that was in my case, you know, I got my car violated, and I ended up having to sort of fork out money that I hadn't expected and stuff. And, you know, and it can feel really kind of hard done by it. And it is really unpleasant when things like that can happen. I'm on a bigger scale as well, people going lost their homes, families and stuff, you know, but we have to trust that things are not happening to us. Okay, so trying to remove yourself from that victim mode. You might think, oh my God, why is this always happening to me? Why is it I always choose the guys that don't quite sort of love me back in the way I want them to? Or there's always something that's not quite right. Again, it is always unfolding for us to develop our soul, our growth, and for us to be opened up into something higher and something greater. So again, just trust that, okay? So whatever's happening, just keep adjusting to the situation, all right? And just know that it's not personal. None of it is personal, and just flow with it, okay? And just take a really good breath. All right, in fact, I am going to do next, I'm going to do is the actual chakra for the the air people. I'm keeping these readings brief. Let me have a quick look at the bottom of the deck here. Oh my God, again. So yeah, so this card has come up 3 times now, okay, and it's been shuffled and everything. So again, this is where you've been called to. So again, just trust things. You're being moved. We're all being moved. We're all really moving as well. And that's what I said, there was right from the intro, there's change, you know, and we're all being moved, we're all being shifted. You know, especially been really doing the work and connecting to yourself and stuff. And, you know, just because we're doing the work and connecting to ourselves and being tuned and going, you know, doing certain practice doesn't mean to say that we don't have our moments of panic or concerns or not even clear about where things are going. It just means that we can ride the board, you know, the surfboard a lot easier, but we still have to ride it, and we have to know which way to go when it comes, okay, which way to be directed. So lovely. Here we've got the root chakra for the air element and the spirit of the east. Okay, so again, do some chanting, do some grounding, going out in nature, really connect to the earth. Okay, do some qigong, you know, that's a really good one to be connecting as well. You know, you really align the energy to go through the limbs, through your knees and into your 3 feet, and inhaling and connecting with the earth will really keep you grounded. Now, Taurus also is an earth sign as well. So again, very good practice to be doing anything earth-based. Okay, walking bare feet on the grass as well. The weather's nice now. Really, you know, or lie down and really surrender your whole body and allow yourself to be just released of any tension. And just by surrendering, going to the Shavasana, which is the corpse pose in yoga, okay, it really allows you to surrender and just be carried or held by Mother Earth as well. And particularly at this time, it is so important, I feel, and personally, I feel very close to this, is that we've really got to pay attention to what we're doing to the earth, okay, and really making choices, conscious choices, okay, to see how we're damaging the earth and what we can do to be more responsible, each and every one of us, to really help nurture the earth. And however we nurture ourselves is how we also nurture the earth. Okay, so do some grounding work, do some rooting work, do some sounds. Ooh, okay, which is a really good vibrational sound. I forget who that guy is, Jonathan, whatever, he's got some very good sounds, okay, and uses the vocal sounds. I personally really like using the vocal sounds rather than, or even a tuning fork, but rather than the kind of recorded sounds, okay, because your own sound vibration really will work on your cellular tissues, your own cells as well, and you can really imagine that woo, deep into your lower belly region and down in the coccyx area and around the genital here. Okay, your sit bones all around there. You can even do some sitting, crouching exercises, you know, crouching down to the earth, you know, when your feet are on flat and your knees are up. Okay, anything to do with that, root yourself, I think would be very, very good. So take yourself out the next day, and any time from now to the next few days, the sun's out, do get yourself rooted and just do some physical practice, voice practice. And also this new moon is to do with the voice, to do with the thyroid. So using your voice as well would be actually very, very beneficial just generally. But for the air signs, I really suggest that you get rooted through the root chakra. Okay, and I'm just pulling a little angel card for a bonus to see what the angels might want to say, communicate. Okay, lovely. So something will be coming together, I feel, as well for you. So that while the adjustments are happening and you want to create an abundant life and you're thinking about that, really bring all the elements. Again, this is quite the chakra sort of rainbow, which I always find, you know, so this could be for some of you working with the chakras to really synthesize yourself and bring yourself into your element. Or it could also really bring that sense of abundance and knowing clearly what it is, you know. And the good thing about when we work with the chakras as well, it's like, what's going to give me the stability? What is going to give me the joy through the stability? What kind of income? Here might be, how do I want to express myself, as in more the creativity? What kind of relationships do I want to have? Okay, here's where's my power? What do I need to enforce in my inner self, in my inner light? You know, where can I focus, bring some discipline in, and where does it need it? Okay, here's your heart, where, you know, focus on your heart for the heartfelt, heart-centered life. Okay, this is also to do with the expression. Well, how can I express myself through my voice and through my hands? And the third eye, of course, is tuning into the, you know, to the wisdom of your insights, tuning in to, you know, to the spirit through the crown chakra as well. So this is all about synthesizing yourself. So either for you guys, the air sign, just to finish off, something is wonderfully coming together as well, all these elements that you really want to intentionalize or bring into your life, but more so also in yourself. Okay, and this is why I'm a massive advocate of the chakra work, because when we work on this, it's like the guitar strings. You are working in harmony to your truth as well. Okay, you know, you can't live what do you call it? I won't say a wounded life, but you can't, because by actually tuning into the chakras and really working with, you tend to really change the energy, which means you're really coming from your true essence as well. So this is a wonderful note for the air element people and the spirit of the East to finish on the synthesis. See how you can synthesize your life. See maybe if you want to do a particular chakra practice, it's a really good time as well to be learning something new. We'll be moving into Gemini as well. And I think we have got a planet moving into at this time of the new moon as well. So some of you could be really drawn to some kind of new learning. But I am going to leave it here for the air signs, like I said, and the spirit of the East. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. All the details for any readings, any donations are all below in the description box. I wish you a wonderful new moon. Put your intentions out there. List about 3 to 10, whatever. Okay, it could be 1, you know, but really be very clear, I think, for you guys as well, that what kind of abundance can I be creating? Okay, and don't worry about what's happening along the way. You will probably need to pivot, make some adjustments according to these cards. And whatever's happening, just know that it's happening for you and not to you. Okay, lots of love, and I'm going to end the air sign reading here right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next reading for the full moon. Yeah, bye. Hi there, welcome to the Spirit of the South segment. Okay, so this is all the fire signs, whether it's your sun, moon, rising, Venus, your north node. Okay, fire, not fire signs, I always get this. Yes, it is a fire signs. That picture depicts fire signs. Okay, so this is about being vibrant as well. This is bringing your energy into the space as well. Although Taurus is an earth sign, you've got the fire energy. And let's see, did I tell you what signs this is? This is for the Sagittarians, fire signs, Sagittarians, I'll get this, Leo, and Aries. Okay, so without further ado, let me get to the cards. I'm using the Moon Oracle, the Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey DeMarco for the first. Wow, beautiful. Look at you guys. You are thinking of new beginnings. Wonderful. Okay, this is card, or this position of this card is, what are you coming into this new moon with? Or, you know, what's the energy that's around you? I feel that there's some new spacious possibilities kind of really brewing around you guys. If you're not aware of it, this is a beautiful new moon card for the new moon. Okay, you know, it's wonderful. Okay, I feel like there's a possible opening that is going to take you from one life situation to another as well. So especially with a partial solar eclipse, this could be very possible. All right, things, you might not like it at first as well. And I tell you why I say this is when I was just, you know, sort of reshuffling the deck, I'm using the Work Your Light deck, Oracle deck by Rebecca Campbell. And I got the same card that flew out, you know, after I've shuffled it as well. And I was just about to put it down. And this is happening for you and not to you. So some of you might actually feel maybe a bit of a dent with maybe something that's happened or is going to be happening, and you don't like it. But you've got to know that it's happening for you and not to you, okay? But I'm going to pull another card out because that just happened, and I think that was just an extra for you guys. Now, the other thing I want to just come back to, the Spirit of the South direction, okay, in the medicine wheel, is what's going to be driving you is the hunger, okay? Some of you need to really tap into that. What am I hungry for? Okay, here I've got the wolf moon, and the card is portrayed as at the bottom of the deck, hunger. And I'm getting the feeling that this is something you need to really go towards. Okay, your new beginning has to be something that you really want to, like, howl like the moon, that you can really feel that you're celebrating, that you're kind of really hungry for. All right, and be really honest about it. You know, are you hungry for money? You know, are you hungry for a better body? Are you hungry for, you know, a really great relationship? Okay, are you hungry for a better lifestyle, a better environment, whatever it is? Okay, just tune into that. I do feel that you're being offered something, and I really believe that it's the really good thing to accept. So if it's not something you were thinking about, I really suggest that you really give it a major thought, or don't even think about it so much. Okay, just go with it. Just go with it is what the message I'm going to be making your main message about. Okay, Spirit of the South people, right? And like I said, this could be something that maybe you weren't even expecting to happen or to want. And maybe you might think, okay, well, I've kind of gone and investigated it and I really don't know, but I've just been offered this possibility. And the thing is to really accept it, okay? Because maybe what you don't even realize is how good it is for you in the long term. Now, I've got 3 cards here that really wanted to stuck to my fingers. I'm going to take all 3. Okay, wonderful. Wow. Okay, so this is from the Moonology deck, okay? This is what this new moon's going to bring you, okay? It's not quite the outcome, but this is what you need. So some of you definitely need to make a move, okay? Make a bold move. Maybe you're thinking about going towards somebody, talking to somebody, or maybe avoiding talking to somebody, and you're just procrastinating, or maybe it's a job, or maybe not speaking up, or whatever it is. You need to make the bold move. So at this new moon, you need to think about things, or maybe take action, all right? I think you're able to see it clearly once. Maybe there's a sense of uncertainty. Maybe you also want to make this new beginnings happen and you're not actually making a move about it. All right, so you need to take some action here. All right, and also we've got the end of a tough cycle. So some of you have definitely been through the mill. I know some people have personally as well. They really have lost a lot. They've been going through, it's been a tiring cycle. I think a lot of us have been feeling this shift happening, and we've been going through it over and over again. In each full moon and new moon, while there's different energies, and we've got some big planets, we've got Pluto here as well. Okay, so it is definitely an ending of kind of energy, which was the opening card from the Sacred Journey card, which is actually, yeah, the Death card, which is those are the two. So if you didn't see the intro, these are the two cards that I talked about the overall theme and a message for everybody. But since I'm talking about Plutonian energy, it is about new forms. Okay, I feel new beginnings. It doesn't have to be a complete ending. Some people are losing, definitely members of souls are, passing, going up, leaving the earth life. And it could have been tough to witness, tough to actually even experience. Okay, it's going to be different for everybody, but whatever it is, there's definitely a new beginning for sure that's happening, certainly to the spirit of the fire direction, as well as a spirit of the south direction and the fire signs. So some of you be glad that there's going to be the cycle is going to be ending. All right, I've got the card here. Okay, we've got the cycle is ending. This is wonderful. All right, and know this. All right, and as you come into the new moon, if you're still tying up some loose ends, do so. Get rid of stuff, clear out. Even if it's 2-3 items each day, or an item each day, if you can recycle it, upcycle it, get rid of it, put it outside your front door. If you can give it to charity, then do, that's your option. If you've got, if you can gain some income or money from it, then put it on eBay, Etsy, or whatever it is that whatever platforms that can sell it, or your local thing. Okay. Now, that is the kind of ending thing I'm talking about. Some of you, I think the overall message as well at the beginning was about people, which is about your boundaries and people really not fitting in anymore and being aligned. Be true to that, okay? Because you really do not want to be moving into this new seasonal year, okay? We started off with Aries, of course, but now in Taurus, and Taurus is kind of also the next step of making it happen, of making things move forward, okay? We need to really be tough on ourselves as well as others sometimes, okay? But saying that, it could be also a bit of tough love, because it says here, bring love into the situation. All right, so maybe for some of you, it is tough love, maybe you need to be toughen up and put a boundary in place, maybe the other way around, maybe you've been a bit over tough and things have been hard. We've become a bit edgy and overprotective, and we need to just soften our hearts a bit, okay? Now, again, in the opening intro, we got going into your inner temple, which is about really coming from the place of your heart as well. Some heart meditation will do some good, I would say. And particularly those actually, if you, maybe you want to bring love into the situation, maybe you've been struggling in a partnership, perhaps come from a compassionate place, bring some love into the situation as well. And maybe ask yourself, what would love do right now? Okay, if love were here, or if love had a voice, okay, what would I say? Okay, what would it say? Okay, and which is obviously the you saying it, but that's also sometimes really nice way of getting out of our heads, getting out of our agenda and kind of feeling really aggravated. And what would love do? Love might actually even bless it and give it away, right? Sort of recycle it back, that person back to life. Just, you maybe have to act on it, but you may bless that person and imagine cords dwindling away. All right. But love is the key here. And of course, love is always the key. But whatever it is for you, spirit of the South people, the fire sign, I do feel that there is some love that definitely needs your attention, okay, as we get into this new moon. You might actually even want to actually intentionalize some good loving, okay? Maybe you want to kind of renew it, but there's definitely a new beginning and something you've been actually really wanting, and maybe even something that you've been really howling for, sort of saying, I'm done with this and I really want to have this happen. Whatever it is for you, it's going to be different for everyone, or it's not going to fit everyone, so just take what resonates. And I do believe that if you're listening to this and you're here tuned into this, then there will be a message for you. All right. Okay, now the other thing is, which is a really lovely supporting card here. It says keepers of the earth. Okay, so this is really important as well. We are in the new moon Taurus energy, and we are the keepers of the earth, and we've got to really respect it more. So maybe some of you, the spirit of the south, maybe you want to really kind of be aware that you've got a duty, or maybe you're being called at the moment to move towards being the messenger towards taking care of the earth, and maybe doing your bit as well, however it is, maybe buying organic cotton, or, you know, sort of not, you know, cutting out on plastics or policy, you know, whatever it is that you need to do. Okay, there's a, you know, that's the kind of message I'm getting as well in terms of the earth physical element. Now, the other message to do with this from Rebecca Campbell's deck of Work With Your Light also is really beautiful, particularly if some of you are actually feeling that something's happened out of the blue. Okay, the previous signs got this. This is the third time it's come out, I think. Certainly the last sign got it, which is the air sign people and the spirit of the east. But I feel that if something, which can very much happen, okay, with the solar partial eclipse because of Uranus being there, just know that you're not alone. So maybe some of you maybe have lost a loved one, somebody close to you, maybe your mother, or somebody that's really dear to you in your heart, and you feel very alone at the moment. Or maybe you're just feeling really alone at the moment. And you can always, if you look at how beautiful this illustration is, in how many angels and all the different sort of layering of spirit guides and animal guides as well here for you. Okay, I mean, there's some really great animal totems here. We've got the owl, we've got the elephant, and we've got the leopard as well, and the eagle. Okay, all these different elements. All right, so you know, again, really tuning into that and really calling in maybe an ancestral or maybe your sort of spirit guide. Okay, we've got an elder there as well. So just call in. It says here, you're not alone. Ancient ancestors stand by you, okay, or beside you, you know, all around you as well. Okay, so particularly if something does happen that really kind of unnerves you a bit, or you feel that you don't know what to do, if maybe you're afraid to take the bold move, maybe you're afraid to ask for that raise, maybe you're afraid to really sort of speak up, whatever it is, okay, you're not alone, and you can actually ask and pray for the support that you need. Okay, so I am going to leave the main oracle deck reading for the fire signs here. I just turned the deck for you guys from the Work Your Light deck, and it's a rite of passage. So again, I think some of you can be initiated into something. You'll be crossing a threshold, which could be very possible, because change is one of the main themes, and I mentioned this in the intro, that we are being initiated into a new life. For sure, and especially with this new beginnings card, which is what you've come into this reading with. Okay, so, you know, sometimes we have to be initiated, and it is some form of discomfort as well, you know, when things are, you know, we feel it's happening to us. You know, you might get noticed to quit your home, or you might have to move, or somebody, your landlord is selling the property, or something, I don't know, something that you weren't anticipating could be happening. Whatever it is, it's always a rite of passage of serving our self-growth. But what's very exciting is there's potentiality in this new beginnings for you guys as well. All right, and like I said, don't be afraid to take some action, which is at the bottom of the Moonology deck as well. So some of you, if you're holding back or hesitating, definitely take action as well. Okay, just go for it. This is a very multi-layered reading. Some of it's going to happen to you, some of it you need to happen to it, okay, and really take action. But whatever it is, bring love into the situation. So let's go on to the chakras and see which chakra will actually help to support your journey during this new moon. Okay, wow, we've got, okay, the solar plexus again. Somebody else got that one as well. I think the spirit of the north people got it, which is brilliant, okay, because we do need to hold on to our power, particularly if we're being rocked. All right, this is our power center. That's why it's called the power center. This is the, I don't know if you can see it here, the solar plexus. Okay, heart crystal. Again, you can have anything to do with golden crystal. Speaking of a yellow, if you've got a yellow crystal at home, citrine, zircon, or anything like that, maybe not zircon, but you know, you can actually hold whatever, amber, okay, it could be as well, any yellow crystal, you know, go towards what moves you. Okay, have a look online, and maybe you want to buy it online. Okay, but this really helps you just hold it onto your center as well. You can hold it onto your power center, breathe into your center as well. You can do the fire breath is another one. You can go onto YouTube and look for the fire breath to build the fire up, especially if feeling maybe hesitant and you need to make action and bold actions that sometimes through stagnation, our energy, our chi gets also quite stagnated and held back. So maybe in order to make a move, you know, by doing the fire breath or even doing some qigong, you know, look it up. I've started doing some that myself, actually, and I really love it. It's just so nice. It's just such a different practice from yoga as well. And I love the flowing movements, and I love the kind of associations of the moving, which really helps to kind of understand why we're doing certain physical movement. Okay, but a lot of it is to generate chi, to sort of release the stagnation as well. Okay, and then recalibrating and reactivating ourselves in a much more energized and fulfilling way. So anyhow, Spirit of the Fire, this is your chakra, if you like. It's to do with the fire energy. So really tune into that. And if you're feeling a bit blah, definitely, you know, see about how you can empower yourself. Do some mantras or some affirmations to say that I am now bold and resolute and go for what I want, or I'm very clear in my new direction, or I'm very clear in my new path, or I'll follow the illuminated path without any hesitation. Okay, always in the present tense, always in the positive, and just to generate the activate and kind of readdress any imbalances or stagnation that you might feel if you are feeling that. Also watch your digestive system here, to do with the solar plexus as well. So eat foods that help to sort of build your fire. Okay, in what's that word, the Ayurvedic as well, they always suggest some other physical practices, or, you know, dietary practices, to have a cup of hot water and lemon. I mean, most of you know that probably already, but that's a really good one to cleanse not only your center as well, but what's called to generate the Agni, which is to stoke the fire first thing in the morning. Okay, that helps to actually get cooking your fire. It is literally putting that kindle into your body as well. So you can do it physically, emotionally, you know, sort of psychically, energetically, all important stuff to really help your solar plexus. So whatever way you want to do it, it's your choice. All right, because that's how you start living from your soul, and as well living from your truth. And we can all get out of action. We can all kind of lose our way moment to moment. So it's really good by always tuning into it. But your chakra for this new moon is the solar plexus. So one last thing before we go, all right, is the angel cards, which I've decided to play and bring them out. Is finding peace. Okay, so that's a really nice different energy too as well. So maybe getting peace, you know, and then you also gain power through being peaceful. If we're always on the go, you know, we're going to burn out, you know, there's a sense of burning. Okay, so again, take time out. I've got this wonderful little angel card. I love these. These are the original angel cards. And they've been around like forever. They've got different editions now. They've got some newer cards, but this is a card of peace here, as you can see. And this person is sitting by a tree. So again, it just really helps to get rooted, which I did say for the previous one, getting rooted, particularly with the new moon in Taurus and the solar eclipse happening. You know, stay peaceful as well. So it's a nice energy of peace, movement, non-movement, if you like, not so much non-movement, but stillness, being, okay, and just kind of chilling. All right, but when we balance our lives up like that, we can come from much more of a powerful place as well. Okay, and if we're always going to be on the go, you're not going to feel peaceful, that's for sure as well. So some of you might need to take heed of the message from the angel. Right then, that is the end for the reading for the Spirit of the South. I really hope that you've gotten something out of this reading. I bless you for the new moon intentions. Make your intentions good. See where new beginnings could be happening for you. If you don't see it yet on the horizon, just ask and intend for any new whatever. I mean, you might not want anything new again, but there's definitely some change for some of you that needs to happen. If not, it will be a forced change, especially if you're actually stagnated and sitting back and not allowing things to shift when it needs shifting. So I'm going to leave it here for you. Yep. Sorry, I'm just looking to turn the screen, you know, to stop the video recording. So look at all my details at the description box if you're interested for personal reading. Any donations are more than appreciated. Thank you very much. And I will catch you in the next full moon. Lots of love and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Okay, last but not least, the Spirit of the West, people. Anyone who chose this card in the medicine wheel, okay, and this is for all the water signs, Cancer, Pisces, and I always miss one out, don't I? Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio, of course, Scorpio. Okay, which is interesting because, you know, there is that kind of Plutonian energy at the moment, which is all about change, sort of, you know, transformation and releasing as well. So some of you could be feeling that, you know, as I'm sort of tuning in. And I feel that some of you have really been carrying a burden. Okay, when I say a burden, I feel like some of you have had to be really resilient. There's been lots going on, lots of things to sort out, and almost as if you're sort of caving in and feeling the burden of all the changes and all the things you're having to negotiate at the moment. Okay, there's been lots of changes going on, lots of changes needing to happen, lots of things needing to be put into place. I've got here the card which flew out as I was shuffling, the card of resilience. Okay, so this is for the water element and the Spirit of the West. I will be putting another card out for you since that one just happened to fly out and was a jumper. And at the bottom of the deck, before we move on for me to choose another one, is the card of fear. So whatever's happening as you're coming into this full moon, do not think negatively. Do not actually fear anything. Just go all out to release any negative thinking. Okay, I'm looking at this card here. Oops. All right, and don't hold on so tightly. All right, you know, to whatever it is, you maybe have, you know, certain. I'm aware that the light is changing in this front room of mine, so I hope you can still see this these cards quite well. Okay, because I've definitely lost the daylight. It's going to sort of dusk. It's turning to about just past nearly 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. But anyhow, so I'm just going to choose one card. But I did get, as I was trying to say earlier on, that do not hold on to whatever it is. Insist it has to be a certain way. Just trust that something's happening, perhaps against your will or against your intention or plans or what you want it to happen. But that could actually not work in your favor. And I've also got the card here, and I think this is what would be a really nice segue to lead into, is because you're going to realize it's something greater and bigger. Okay, so whatever it is, and I think some of you possibly even come to a space in your life where maybe you've seen an option or a possibility where you have more possibility and more potential, as if that something has shifted. Okay, we've got the card of realization here. So I'm looking at it from the perspective of, you know, she's gone from the dark into that kind of light, and suddenly being able to see a different view, or maybe something you hadn't really considered. And something's come in and you're now able to see it from a different perspective about the potentiality of what that could hold for you. So this is really great. You know, do not get stuck. I mean, the previous reading last full moon was, some of you had this hardship feeling, and I feel that's, do not keep on, you know, saying yes to hardship. Sometimes we can get so used to carrying a load, right, that it becomes so normal that you just keep on adding and adding, you know, your burdens to yourself, and, oh, I can handle that, or, oh, that's okay, and all that. But, you know, or maybe, you know, I don't know, maybe you're having to juggle 2-3 different things to make ends meet, wherever it is, you know, or maybe carrying the burden of the relationship or a partnership all the time. But suddenly you're going to see things clearly. And I think as you approach this new moon, as we're coming into it, I'm recording this on the 28th, so we're a couple of days away. So on the 30th of April, I can't remember if I said that date at the beginning, but in any case, this is very much about making the changes and seeing things differently. Now what's amazing is, wow, you guys even got the new moon eclipse. So this is where the new moon is going to be for you. So this eclipse is really going to show up for you. So do leave a comment. I'd love to know, Spirit of the West people and the earth, earth, water element, how are you finding, you know, will you find, do let me know. So you guys have got the eclipse card on the eclipse. So something is going to be eclipsed. Something is going to go bam. Something is not going, you're going to be able to see your way 1 minute, and the next minute you're going to see it, which is really this card as well. Okay, there's going to be some major wake up, like a waking up that's going to happen to you or for you, okay, which is going to be very significant, right? Now, whatever happens, don't try not to get too shaken about it, because at the bottom of the deck here, we've got whole division as well. Okay, so if there's been a slight something that's really kind of put the spanner in the works maybe, or something's happened, hold your vision. Just know that maybe, you know, just keep on holding that vision. That's very important. They stay steady and fixed. Okay, and I know it sounds all very paradoxical when I say fixed, more about your intention. All right, you know, and the intention sometimes is not about what something looks like, but how you want to feel. That's really important, you know, because, you know, we might think that certain things gives us security, whereas really security is a feeling. All right, okay, so, you know, you can have very little money and still feel quite secure in yourself. So there's a huge difference. Okay, so whatever it is, so really go down into the interior of yourself and try and discover, and certainly put some intentions about what you want to experience, how you want to feel, rather than the external material things, which is what for Taurus is. And there's nothing wrong with wanting that beauty and wanting to be surrounded by beauty, but make sure that it is more for the betterment of society at large, the culture at large, and particularly the earth at large. Okay, so making choices that's going to really support things in a much more holistic and spiritual way, rather than for a materialistic and vanity way. All right, now I think this is for some of you as well. Some of you might find that the powerful change that comes for you is to shift you from maybe what you've been sort of not even aware that you've been living out of, and stagnating. So I don't even show you this card, but I'm so aware that it's getting very dark in this room. For some reason, it really looks really grainy. I really hope this is going to be okay, because my screen looks really grainy. So I hope that the video doesn't look as grainy on YouTube. We'll continue. So here I have Rebecca Campbell's deck, and the Work Your Light deck, which I've not used for readings before. Right. So this is how your also new moon is going to say. Your new moon can be so significant and so powerful, and some change could be really happening that you might need to take a break. Okay, and maybe even taking a break coming up to the new moon is what's suggested. It says take a break. A life's work is not a season. Get off the treadmill. So again, some of you, like I said, is carrying this burden, like, oh yeah, I can do it. I'm the kind of yours truly, you know, I'm the kind of the hero, the heroine, and I can just do this and do that. Or I'll be the person to sort it out. I'll be the person to do this. I'll be the person to do that. And it kind of all just accumulates to the point that you don't even realize that you just naturally do it. And then people start saying, oh yeah, well, she's really great, isn't she? Because, you know, or he, you know, people associate you with the do-gooding, you know, the doing and all that. And it's actually very hard to get off that label, especially if you're actually being revered for it and, you know, praised for it. And really, there's no praise in getting burnout. And it is only you that ends up suffering. So I will also say, being a water sign, you guys, despite the fact that we're in Taurus new moon, some of you really need to go and be still near the waters as well. That'd be really helpful for you to flush away your stress, flush away the kind of emotional maybe stress that you could be carrying, or any emotional burden. All right, I really loathe to sort of bring this to the camera here because it's getting so dark. They might not catch it. So I really suggest that whatever you do, give yourself some, you know, hammam as well, which is like a bath. If you can go to a public bath, like a spa, you know, again, maybe that would be a really good way for some of you to really release the tension that's accumulated in your body and in need of a break. Sometimes we only need to take a small break to really have a major effect. Okay, now here also it says as well at the bottom of the deck, stop overthinking. Again, it's you know, there is this overdoing, as this image really has shown me. All right, you know, and in doing that, when you stop carrying the burden for everybody else, you can actually start tuning in and listening to your true north as well. For some of you, this new moon eclipse will definitely be going to be what would you call it, calibrating your direction as well, right? And try not to overthink it, okay? So just trust what comes up, trust the opportunity that might arise, or maybe what seems like not really what you had in mind, but it's been offered to you. And then just, again, you know, just trust that you have the skill sets and the right ability to do something. And maybe it's time for you to actually really sort of do it, face the music, or put the music, or put your voice there and put your skills and talents, which is very much the throat chakra, okay, which is also really related to this Taurus new moon. Okay, and again, we've got the bottom deck here, we've got the card of beauty as well. So taking a break, like I said, going to spa, beautifying yourself, getting your nails done, having your facial, getting your back massage, whatever, anything that will help you will be absolutely wonderful. I am so aware of the darkness here. So I'm going to continue and do the chakra pull and see which chakra will help you most. Okay, you guys got the root chakra as well. So this is kind of equal. We've had two solar plexus and root chakra. So again, whichever way you decide to do it, for you guys as well, for the Spirit of the West, we got the root chakra. So very much Taurian energy, get rooted. You know, imagine roots growing from your feet, do some qigong, even yoga. Make sure your feet are firmly planted onto the floor, your toes, your feet are webbed. Get that connection, you know, get rooted. All right, make the sound ooh. Okay, do anything that's very grounding, any grounding work, you know, sort of really get your perineum on the seat, or just sit down on the, you know, on the earth and just rock side to side, forward and round. Okay, or move your body, but imagine your tailbone. Okay, so it's really focusing on the root to really help you channel your rootedness. That will help to keep you stable, especially if you have some kind of eclipse moment in your life that could rock you a bit. But I think it's going to be a realization as well. I think this could be an exciting, powerful change for you guys as well, because something is leading you, I think, more than you realize, to your vision, okay, or your ideals, or maybe what you've been really hoping for. All right, this is very much a time, I feel, like I said, where there's movement forward, where your soul is going to be connected to your truth, which is two of the same thing, and it's going to allow you to actually connect to your tribe or people as well, because here's the angel card I just pulled out as your last little bit for this new moon reading, and this is about you connecting to people that really see you. Okay, that you know, you would regard as your brothers, your sisters, and they may not even be apparent yet. All right, but they're, you know, this is about the time for you to really connect, you know, seeing your fellow man as one of yourselves as well, and really connecting to people who give you that sense of belonging and that sense of truth. Okay, maybe even take a break from people who really don't have your back, people who don't care really about you. You know, you might see them in passing, maybe just socially, and maybe for a little chit chat, but try and remove yourself. Stop doing these kind of people any favors, because they're probably doing you none. Okay, and just really connect to people who really engage with you on that core level, as in CORE. All right, I am going to leave it here, Spirit of the West. I'm really a bit concerned about the light in this room, so I hope you got the message that you needed. I hope it was articulate enough for you to get some message that has hopefully had some impact for you. Let go of the burdens, let go of sort of being resilient to a difficulty. And again, you know, as the offshoot, some of you might need to be resilient a bit. But I think, to be honest, I'm going to stick with my first message. Let go of the burden. That's really where it's coming from. And it's really supported by the idea of taking a break. Lots of love. Happy new moon. I wish you all the best, and put your intentions out there and make it happen, and really go for the change. All right. I think there's something you're going to realize, you know, to do with maybe your dreams, or maybe what you've really wanted. Whatever happens, hold on to that vision, because all is not revealed yet, and it's all about to be revealed. All right, I'm going to end it here. Lots of love, and thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. All my details are below. And there's, you know, you can get my stuff, any essays and articles on my website, and any donations are most welcome through my Ko-fi site below. Once again, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye for now. Bye.